Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook. Today is day 2 in our week-long spree of XRP. And in today's video, I'm going to show you why XRP's use case is absolutely killer in this entire digital asset space. But before we do, if you'd hit that like and subscribe and tell your friends and family so we can get this information out to as many people as possible, that would be fantastic. So guys, without further ado, why don't we get to it? Now, for those of you who have been in this space for a while and are watching this channel, you probably already know what Ripple and XRP's killer use case is. But for those of you who are new and you don't yet know, well, number one, don't feel too bad about it because we all had to take the time to learn this for ourselves. But it is cross-border payments. Now you're going to ask, well, why cross-border payments? That doesn't seem like too futuristic and exciting, a killer use case for this new digital asset space. Well, guys, I'm telling you, when you start to understand the volumes that are involved when it comes to cross-border payments, you'll catch on really quick. So with cross-border payments, you're dealing with about 3 or 4, but I'm going to touch on 3 major sectors. First of all, you got the bank-to-bank cross-border payments when you're dealing with humongous dollars between these world banks. That's the one. The second one you've got migrant workers, and you've got the peer-to-peer payments, between individuals around the world, and that's significant as well. And then third, you've got the business-to-business, and believe you me, that one is absolutely phenomenal size. In fact, Juniper Research Projects came out and estimated that the total volume for business-to-business cross-border payments for 2022 was going to tally somewhere in the neighborhood of $35 trillion. Yep, that's right. I didn't say million. I didn't say billion. I said trillion. That is phenomenal numbers when you're talking about cross-border payments. So where is Ripple making such massive inroads with the utilization of XRP regarding cross-border payments? Well, one of the things that affects cross-border payments a lot, obviously, is the time it takes to settle those transactions. Now, in traditional markets, in traditional ways, I should say, utilizing the standard SWIFT system, it can literally take days, if not weeks, especially if the transactions are a high volume. And this is even within bank to bank globally in order to validate those transactions. Now, another issue on the bank to bank cross-border payments is this. It is the liquidity issue. Now, what do I mean by that? When you have large banks like, let's say, JP Morgan Chase and perhaps, Lloyd's Bank in England, and, they want to send something like $200 or $300 million between those banks, they have to have nostro vostro accounts, and that's Latin for basically ours, yours. They hold accounts in each other's banks in order to establish these liquidity bridges to facilitate these transactions. Well, guys, can you imagine the billions and billions of dollars that are tied up in these nostro vostro accounts? Well, XRP can be utilized as a form of on-demand liquidity that these institutions can hold and use instantaneously on demand. They don't have to have big resources of it. They can literally pick it up, use it, pay the institutional fee, and move the stuff. And on top of that, you're getting settlement in seconds, not days, not weeks, seconds. And what does this do? It frees up all those nostro vostro accounts and the mass amounts of liquidity that are in there. And so, guys, what does that do for the economy? It is a phenomenal boon in terms of the actual amounts of monies that can be employed in other sectors of the economy, in lending and other investments that the banks can make. And this is a massive killer use case when it comes to Ripple and XRP. Now, that's only in the bank-to-bank sector. So let's talk about the peer-to-peer sector. So recently, a study came out by Pew Research, and this is what they came out with, that 83% of adults in developing countries are all mobile phone users. And when in these developing countries, you have got masses of amounts of people that, yes, you've got the foreign worker market, but you also got the domestic market and, of course, intermarkets between one another. And this is another issue where digital payments and these kind of cross-border payments come into play, because a lot of these individuals are sending money between these various nations around them to do business, as well as family around the world. And the fees that are involved, guys, sometimes it's 5, 7, 10, 12% that they're paying. And of course, that makes it astronomical when you're really not making a whole lot of money. So these guys don't carry on big wads of cash and stuff like that. They utilize their mobile devices for these payments. And they use services that utilize Ripple's technology in order to make these transactions and pay the absolute smallest fee. And it is in the billions of dollars per year where you see these peer-to-peer type of transactions with cross-border payments. Now, the biggest one of all has to be the business-to-business transactions that happen cross-border. Guys, this is truly phenomenal when you think of the actual values that are being transacted between some of these businesses, and that it can really reach those levels, like what, $34 trillion according to Juniper Research Projects. That is a truly phenomenal amount of money. And in fact, it's almost unfathomable when you think about it per year. $35 trillion of business, back and forth, back and forth. Well, just imagine the fee structures involved in that, guys. It is truly staggering into the billions and billions of dollars in fees alone. Well, of course, the solutions that Ripple is coming out with and utilizing XRP as the bridge asset to solve this problem in this space is truly monumental. And it is having real impacts right now. We're not talking about some kind of like speculation down the road. No, they are utilizing these payments right now, these transactions now. And in terms of their customer base, they have multiple global banks around the world that have signed on to these programs that they use, and especially with their on-demand liquidity. And in the business-to-business field, when you're dealing with these intermediary companies like MoneyGram and various other payment platforms and the e-commerce around the globe, I mean, it is truly something else. And the fees that they're saving, but the biggest issue, guys, is settlement. People want and need faster and faster settlement times. And of course, XRP can deliver settlement in like 3 seconds. This is truly revolutionizing this entire space, this entire ecosystem when it comes to cross-border payments. Now, it's something that most of us don't think about because most of us are not out there doing cross-border payments. We're not sending money back home. Most of us aren't. Most of us, our families are here. Most of us aren't dealing in the business-to-business side because, well, we're W-2 earners for the majority of us, and we're not involved in that aspect of it. And of course, when we're dealing with our banks, why would we have to send major money from bank to bank? Well, we don't. But that doesn't mean it's not happening. And it's that whole out of sight, out of mind kind of issue. But when you look at the foresight of Ripple back in 2013, 2014, to really start to look at this and attack this space, you have to give them a major amount of credit because this is one of the most biggest problems the world absolutely needs to solve before we move completely into this new digital financial system. And this use case has been proven to actually dominate this space and be one of the biggest problem-solving issues that they have out there, and one of the major money makers for Ripple and XRP. And you've got Ripple, look, as a unicorn, meaning it's not even a publicly traded company, hasn't IPO'd or nothing, with a $15 billion valuation. And why are they a $15 billion valuation? Because of the problem that they solved with this one use case alone. So guys, I thought I'd take a little pause and let you get a closer look at these beautiful little ducks and geese. They got all kinds of mallards and different ones in here. Just beautiful little birds, and they make this place just really a great little walk, and thought you might enjoy taking a look at it too. Quite nice. So guys, I want you to ask yourself a question. when you consider this whole cross-border payments issue and how Ripple is utilizing XRP to solve the settlement time and the fee structure of cross-border payments, coupled with that, the whole on-demand liquidity issue and how Ripple is utilizing XRP to solve the nostro-vostro circumstance there, and then add to that the whole central bank digital currencies among the world where XRP is going to be utilized as a bridge asset between the various CBDCs and how that will affect the foreign exchange markets. Do you think that XRP and the price of XRP can appreciate? I think your answer is the same as mine. You better believe it can. Now guys, I want you to add to it this. Just imagine there's no lawsuit on Ripple. Just imagine that there's nothing holding back the price of XRP, and that little spring we were talking about yesterday actually gets let go. You are going to see such a massive move in this space, in my opinion, that it is going to be legendary. So guys, this is a video I have for you today, and I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Now, if I said something that you completely disagree with, you drop that down in the comments right there. And if there's something that I left out that you think should be mentioned, you drop that down in there too, and we can have a discussion. So guys, before you go, take a look at this absolutely gorgeous park out here in McKinney, Texas. This place is just beautiful. They've got everything here. They got tables to barbecue at. They got all kinds of places for the kids to play. They got this pond back in here where you can actually do some fishing. And really, it is something. I really enjoy coming out here. It's probably one of my best places and most favorite places to record. Well, guys, as you know, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, but if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that notification bell down there so that you don't miss out on any of the videos that we're uploading. And guys, we're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers. And so if you're one of the thousands of people who are watching these videos but haven't yet subscribed, would you do the channel a favor and join this community? We would really love to have you on board. So, in the meantime, and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.